Hello, this is Miss Pac-Man from Namco Museum Volume 3 for PS1, running in the emulator DuckStation in Windows. It's just sort of, alright, let's go ahead. Okay, so Namco Museum Volume 3, it's a collection of not emulated versions of Namco arcade games because they couldn't actually get, an emulator running arcade games on a PS1. They reprogrammed the games from, I guess, kind of from scratch. I don't know. And so these are, sort of simulated versions of the arcade games, but they're pretty darn good, generally speaking. Now, in Volume 1, they had Pac-Man. Volume 3 here has Miss Pac-Man. I noticed a few differences between the Pac-Man in Volume 1 and, like, the arcade version. So I want to see if Miss Pac-Man also has those differences. Now, one difference between Volume 1 and Volume 3 is that here in Volume 3 you have a pop-up menu system with the triangle button. So you can access your various settings. This is the US version, by the way. I had the Japanese version of Volume 3. So you can rotate. Arcade is the rotated counterclockwise. I think it's a counterclockwise version. Yeah. I'll do an episode on that after this one, basically. Because if it's like Pac-Man in Volume 1, the arcade mode might actually play a little different and maybe a little better, but we'll see. What other options do we have? Miss Pac-Man. Okay. Okay. Test exit. So you don't get to in Volume 1, the menu, you could only get to the menu between games, and it was like, they kind of had graphics of like an arcade board, like with circuits and stuff, and you were like hitting these simulated dip switches, and it's pretty wild. Anyway, let's go. Like Pac-Man in Volume 1, it's got this very colorful border in the normal mode, which is very charming. I like these Miss Pac-Man graphics. I mean, Miss Pac-Man pictures. Also, like Pac-Man in Volume 1, in the horizontal, well, it's not, well, in this mode, the actual game graphics are very chunky looking, to the point where Miss Pac-Man's movement even looks a little jerky, because the pixels are just so darn chunky. Does take a little getting used to, I've found, at least for me. Oh no. Oh, I screwed up. Ooh, that was close. I must get a cherry. I can't help it. Dang. That was close. That was pretty bad. I eat you. I'm gonna get him. I did it. Big money. Uh-oh. Well, one thing that was different in Volume 1 between that version of Pac-Man and the arcade version was that occasionally when you were eating a ghost, no sound would play. Like, normally in the arcade version of Pac-Man, when you eat a ghost, there's this kind of gulping sound, or, there's just this kind of cool sound. But, maybe every fourth ghost or so that you eat, there's no sound for some reason in that version. So we'll see if that happens here. I haven't noticed it so far, so that would be good if they managed to fix that for Miss Pac-Man. Why did I go up there? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, strawberry. Another thing that was kind of noticeable in Pac-Man was that it didn't run very smoothly in this mode. It would just kind of, you just feel a little slowdown as you're going through the maze, just here and there. I haven't noticed it that much in this. It's not as, I keep saying glassy smooth as the arcade games, but it doesn't seem to have the sort of periodic slowdown hitch that Pac-Man did, so maybe they managed to smooth that out. The thing was, though, that I was surprised to find that slowdown sort of stuttering occasionally did not happen in the full screen, sideways screen arcade mode. So that was kind of interesting. But it doesn't seem to be happening here in the normal mode anyway, so I think they've solved that problem. So that's two things that they've improved over Pac-Man, it seems like. God. Over their representation of the arcade version of these games. I am not doing well. I tend to have problems once I hit this level. Well, you have to do 3 of these mazes to get to the next maze. And I always kind of dread it because I don't do so well in this maze. I'm not very good at Pac-Man games, but I still, for some reason, sort of obsess over them. Oh man, I wasn't gonna go that way, but then I had to get the pretzel. Uh-oh. Okay, come into my tunnel. Oh, that sounded weird, but anyway. Oh. Dang. Going for it. Eat. Oh no, the pretzel again. Gah. Okay. Probably should have gone the other way. Okay. Uh-oh. This is kind of handy. Oh. That's interesting. I know I've kind of done that before, so I sort of remembered that little trick. The other main thing that was just a little bit off about Pac-Man in Namco Museum Volume 1 was that it had a little slowdown here and there, just going through the maze in normal mode. And then once you got to later stages where the game just starts speeding up gradually as you get to higher stages. Dang. You would get to this point where it was like it just couldn't keep up with the speed of the game anymore, so the game wasn't really getting faster. So it wasn't really getting more difficult, so it just kind of made the game easier than the arcade version, and I got what is for me a very high score, one that I don't think I've ever got playing the arcade version in MAME. I got Pac-Man, I got 74,000 some points. Usually I'm lucky if I can get over 40,000 points. So we'll see how we do here in Miss Pac-Man. I don't know if I tend to do better like in the arcade version of Miss Pac-Man than I do in Pac-Man. I kind of go back and forth on how I feel about it, but I guess the answer is I do about the same probably. I don't know. Oh. Yeah. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. I should have gone through the tunnel. Why did I do that? I lose it when the fruit comes. I can't think straight. It's all about fruit. I'm too fruit obsessed. I'm all fruity. Fruity patootie. But the fruits, once you get to these red levels, the fruits are worth so many points. How can you resist? Oh no. Okay. See? I was close to it. If I'd got that fruit, that might have got me over 40. That was sad. Just 2 fruit deaths. Well, I would like to get another stage or 2 past that, so at least 1 stage past that, so I can kind of see if, if it does kind of run into the problem that Pac-Man in Volume 1 does, where it can't really keep up. The game just couldn't actually simulate the speed of those later Pac-Man levels. Just couldn't generate the speed on the old PS1 hardware, I guess. At least as far as it seems to run in DuckStation. And DuckStation is pretty darn solid PS1 emulator, so I don't think it was an emulation issue by any means. Especially since that wasn't a problem once the game was rotated into, well, I mean, that could have, if you're thinking it's an emulation issue, I could guess that could have somehow been. But anyway, once you rotated Namco Museum Volume 1's Pac-Man into the sort of sideways rotated screen arcade mode, suddenly it didn't have that inability to speed up to the faster arcade speeds in the later levels. It could do it. It ran fine. It still wasn't as perfectly smooth as the actual arcade version, at least in Maine. I don't have actual arcade machines or actual PS1s anymore. I'm playing all this in emulators, but yeah, I don't think it's emulation problems. Ooh, I think they're fairly accurately showing us what the hardware would do. I used to play this on a PS1, I mostly played it on a PS2, I guess. But why keep hardware around when you got pretty good emulators these days, and you can rip the discs. I'm pretty sure I have a disc of this. I have a Japanese version. Oh, great. That was clumsy. Japanese version of Volume 1, because when I suddenly got the urge to play these games again and had to reacquire them somehow, I found that Volume 1 is actually still on. Got a little lucky there. Still on the Japanese PSN store, the PS3 PSN store. And if you've got a jailbroken PS3 like I do, then you can give him some yen electronically and download the thing and rip it off the off the jailbroken PS3 and pop it onto your PC, and there you go. Ooh. So I think. I wonder if this was on. I don't remember if this is still on. If Volume 3 is still on the store, or if it's not on the store at all, even on the Japanese store, and I had to go just get a disc off eBay anyway. I don't remember. Or maybe I still had my disc. I don't remember. I like these yellow dots. Oh, that was a mistake. Dang it. Oh, why did I go through? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just falling apart. Like these double deaths. Just lose it. Sigh. Whoops. Oh, dang. That sucked. I didn't realize Pinky was faster than me at this point. Well, it hasn't gone well. So, the Volume 1 version of Pac-Man was easy in this mode. So far, this doesn't seem particularly easy. Although I didn't really notice it didn't make a difference until later levels where the game got faster. Miss Pac-Man, of course, starts off a little faster than Pac-Man normally anyway. Ooh. Joe. Hey. I'm just getting the fruit. I got it. Uh-oh. Oh, heck. Okay, that's good. They all cleared out. Dang it. That was terrible. Well, yeah, I was doing really badly on the PS1 Pac-Man for a while anyway, and I didn't think I was going to get to the point where I could evaluate later stages. Now I feel that same way about Miss Pac-Man. I can say that so far, at least, it does seem that they have improved their simulated version over their simulation of Pac-Man, where they had that ghost-eating sound dropout problem and the just occasional little fits of slowdown, stuttering. Not stuttering, but the slowdown would just, you would just feel it for a second, or a split second, really, every now and then. That's not going on, so that's good. Shoot. Shoot. Shoot, oh, God. There's basically like, is it the fourth? Because let's see, first, this is the first, and the blue maze, then the maze with the red dots. That's usually as far as I get. So yeah, there's a fourth maze in Miss Pac-Man that I basically have never gotten to, or maybe I've gotten it to like once, but I don't. Why was I waiting? I didn't have a power pellet. Like I don't even remember what version that would have been in that I ever got that far. It might have been in the PS1 version. Oh, dang. Shoot. Okay. I got your strawberry ghost. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna get eaten is what you're gonna do. Oh, heck. Oh, ghost. Sad. Oh, brilliant. Oh, gosh. Look at those big red boots she's got in those sidebar graphics. Big old boots, and I like the big wink and smile in the lower right one. It's very expressive. Eep, eep. Well, that wasn't great ghost eating there. You'll never catch me. Oh, they might catch me. Oh, dumb. Sigh. Wow. Hey. Look, oh, not so good that time. Hi, I'm just gonna go past you. That's good. Aha, I tricked you. Salty pretzel. The most delicious fruit. Ooh. Even the movement of Miss Pac-Man through the maze doesn't feel quite as jerky as Pac-Man in Namco Museum Volume 1 kind of felt. I should have just stayed down there. I'm doing the same thing. 2 lives lost stupidly in the blue maze. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, it doesn't work forever. Oh. Oh my gosh. So much for that supposed trick. The colors of the ghosts in the border art are a little different. Like the blue ghost is a much darker blue, and the pink ghost is more of a purple. Isn't that curious? Dang. Oh no. I pushed to the side and I missed the turn. Wow. Ah, this is sad. I got 61,000 in this somehow. Shoot. Well, the thing is, once you get to the red stage, those fruits are so valuable. Oh, wait, it didn't make the ghost eating sound right there, so it does happen. Not quite as frequently as it happens in Pac-Man, but I guess it still happens. Well, dang. Doesn't happen in the arcade version. Pretty sure of that. Oh, Cherry, you just have to distract me from my ghost eating. Whose side are you on? I can do it. Dang, Bluey. Ah! Oh! Okay. Cool. Well, now I've eaten 3 of my 4 power pellets. Cool. Ah, dang. Oh, they reversed. Okay. Here comes the problem part. So it looks like in that left middle drawing of Miss Pac-Man where she's looking a little worried, but you can also see some of the like inner lining of her glove, and it's red on the inside. That's kind of funky. What's the deal with the red lining? Dang it, I can't think straight with the orange, and I've died foolishly on the blue stage again. Ugh. Wow, look how much she clips into the bottom here when she's sideways. That's a little weird. Like everybody has moved down like an extra pixel, an extra chunky pixel. Oh, heck, that was close. Everything's kind of off in this maze. I didn't notice this before. Oh, here it's okay. So it's not until you get down lower. Wow. Yeah, it's like, I guess the scaling just kicks in kind of funky once you get down this far. Dang it. Missed the power pellet. There's 2 lives lost stupidly again. Oh, why? I couldn't. I'm so bad at this. The pretzel. The pretzel. Oh, man. Oh, that was great. Goes a different way, I don't know. Look how fast the ghosts are now. Ah! Oh. No fruit eating sound there. Ooh. Get me out of here. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Got lucky there. Okay, if I just don't try to get fancy, just eat what's there, get the power pellets, get some fruits, maybe I can get to 40. So that's 2,000. Dang it. Oh no. Uh-oh. No. Oh. Shoot. Oh, great. I blew it. This is gonna be rough. Okay, 40K should be easy as long as I don't do something dumb. Yeah. So that was 5,000. That's where you're getting into flavor country. I shouldn't say that. That's smoking reference. That's where you're getting into big point country. Oh, dang. I got no power pellets left. I just noticed that. Ugh. Well, 50,000, that's not bad. I mean, I feel like that's okay. Let me... What time is it? Oh, 1 more. Last try. But, yeah, I don't... Like, that stage doesn't feel like it's running slower. Not that I have perfect recall, mind you, but I would like to get one more stage along. But that's kind of asking a lot for my meager skills. Oh, heck-a-doodle. That's a lot of ghost eating in a short span. I only got 3 ghosts per pellet, but still, that was 6 ghosts down fairly quickly. Well, let's, okay, it's definitely last try. Maybe if I die on stage 1, I'll just quit. I just realized she has blue mitten, or blue. Well, that's what blue is. Blue is orange. She has orange mittens on in those pictures. Oh, shoot. Okay, that was just practice. Oh! Just as I was past the edge of the turn. Uh-oh. They have to... Oh, hey guys. Yeah, being stuck in that tunnel kind of blows, doesn't it? You're just sitting ducks. Sitting ghosts. Like, you know, given that the dot eating sound in Pac-Man kind of has that quacky tone to it, they really improved the dot eating sound. They make the dot eating sound nice and sweet in Miss Pac-Man. Those GCC hackers at whatever school that was, whatever fancy East Coast school that was. Oh! What? What are those weird little rolls that I guess Pac-Man has them too, like at, you know, right at their armpits and their leg joints, shall we say. There's just those little rolls of Pac flesh. Just a little pad. It's like the grommet that was, well, it's not really, but like, you know, the arcade sticks on the Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man machines had this rubber grommet around the base to give you this nice springy feel to the control. I tried to replicate that once on a, you know, making my own arcade stick for PC out of... Actually, I was doing it... I was playing the PS3 version of Namco Museum at the time, which had Miss Pac-Man in it. But I couldn't quite replicate the rubber grommet feel. I tried various, like, arcade levers and stuff, but... I think that was long enough ago that they didn't have all of the... That was kind of before the Korean arcade sticks were hitting the market, and I think some of those have some kind of rubbery, grommety something or other around the base. One of those might... sort of be able to imitate it. I don't know. I've never actually held one of those. I'm just using a D-pad on a DualSense these days anyway. It's kind of got a rubbery grommet feel, I suppose. Oh, Peach. I hate you. Heck. Oh, come on. Wow. Oh, I thought I was going to escape foolish death. I was like one dot away. Oh my gosh. Lured by the peach. I thought I had escaped. At least I got the peach, I suppose. Uh-oh. Man, they just... No. I couldn't even get over there. The red guy just, like, bracketed me. Like, my brain just collapsed. I just got flanked so immediately. Oh, God, that was sad. Didn't really want to have to do that. So... Jeepers. Yep. Wow. 2 ghosts, and I got him to pin me in there. Just real good. I was gonna sit here shouting revenge, but I only got 2 of them, so I felt kind of dumb. Ooh. Is that the first one? I already died twice. At least I got Apple. I saw that coming. Oh, hello. Oh no. Oh. You fell for my scheme. I'll claim it was a scheme. Arr. Dang it. Oh no. Ew. I faked him out. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that was all 3 of them. Okay, I made it to the red stage. I guess the first red stage isn't really the big money. You have to get to the second red stage to start getting the big dough. Get the bananas. This first stage is just dangerous. It's a little faster. Ooh. I guess you do get a good amount of ghost eating time here. You're not getting away. Yeah. Kiwi thought it was gonna escape. And I ate it. Grr. Hey. Oh, I gotta go. Alright, well, I can't say for sure if this has slowdown at later stages where it can't keep up, but it's going pretty good there, and it doesn't have the occasional slowdown just in any stage like Pac-Man in the Namco Museum Volume 1 does. So I'd say they seem to have fixed the overall slowdown problems. So that's good. But again, the even the Volume 1 could simulate the game without slowdown, but only in the the bigger rotated screen mode. Oddly enough, it's like I was wondering if maybe it's like when it's on this smaller screen, if it's actually actively scaling at the bigger screen graphic down, like the bigger maze graphic down every frame. Is it just like live scaling it down, and that would cost it some performance, even with the like the PS1's got hardware scaling chips, but I don't know. I don't know anything about how stuff works actually. Anyway, they've got it running good. It runs as well. Feels like it runs as well here in chunky normal mode as Pac-Man in Volume 1 runs in the big screen mode. So that's good. Still occasionally drops the sound when you eat a ghost, or I think I even got a fruit once that didn't make a sound. Oh, one other thing I noticed, because I was directly running both the arcade version and this version to try to get my sound level set before I started recording, was that when you start the game, in the arcade version, the little tune that plays when you start a new game, that finishes before you actually get control and Miss Pac-Man starts moving. Whereas in this version, the last few notes of that tune are still playing when Miss Pac-Man starts moving. Watch. See? And then you get that odd little skip in the music because she's starting to eat a dot just as like the second to last note of the tune is trying to play or something. Maybe the last, I don't know, I can't count. So that's different than the arcade version. It's kind of funny too, like why they just had to. They just started the game too soon. They didn't put the delay there long enough. They're just like, start the game, get the game going. Maybe they just wanted it to feel faster. You know, you get to the playing part faster. You get to the playing part a second faster, even though there's now a weird sound glitch. Like, it's just weird, right? Like, let's do that again. See, it screws up the second to last note. It kind of drops because it collides with the dot eating sound. Oh man, those GCC guys are rolling over in their beds of money. Well, so that's a little different than the arcade version. But overall, you know, pretty good version of Miss Pac-Man. Chunkified graphics and all. So next time, I will play it in the rotated version, but actually you can live rotate it. Yeah. Because in the first one you couldn't get to the menu while you were playing a game. You had to do it between games. I think, yeah, notice how the top, well, what is our top of the screen, but is actually the right side of the maze is cut off by a pixel or so. That same thing happens in with Pac-Man in Volume 1. It's kind of funny they couldn't get that centered. I mean, well, yeah, it's not like my screen bezel. It's actually in the graphic. So next Pac episode, I'll be playing in this mode, and I will counter-rotate the screen in the emulator DuckStation so that we don't have to turn our heads sideways to follow the action. And we'll see what the differences are. I mean, you can see, well, don't turn your head, but you can imagine that the maze right now is less chunky, and the ghosts and Miss Pac-Man are less pixelated than they are in the normal mode. See how many more pixels Miss Pac-Man has, for instance. Like the dots here are kind of relatively huge compared to the ghosts and Miss Pac-Man. Yeah, they're tinier in effect. Because more screen resolution to play with. So yeah, we'll play in this mode next time. It's kind of feeling like it'll probably play pretty much identical. I don't anticipate it feeling much different, unlike Pac-Man in Volume 1, which sort of cured, when you rotated it, it cured the slowdowns that I felt in the normal mode there, but this normal mode doesn't have those slowdown problems so far that I could see or feel. So arcade mode will probably play just about the same, but you know, it'll be a little higher resolution, just a little different. It's just another excuse to roll out some PS1 Miss Pac-Man, so why not? So that'll be nice, but I do like these. I mean, the side borders are super charming. So probably, and even with Pac-Man on PS1 having slowdown in normal mode, I figure that really the whole reason to play these PS1 versions is for the side border art, because it's just so cool. I mean, if you really want, you know, Pac-Man, you can just play like a more accurate arcade emulation version or Miss Pac-Man, but if you know, so the real reason to play these PS1 versions these days, unless you just really don't have any way to play a you know, more advanced emulated version, is for the. I mean, I actually do like chunky graphics. You know, I like a good chunky pixel, and I love the border art. So that's kind of the real cool part of these PS1 versions for me. They aren't the chunkiest versions of these games by far, though. We'll be seeing some of those. I got some other versions of Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man we're gonna be checking out eventually. And I think those are a little chunkier. At least one of them is. I think just a little more. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye. Waka waka. Look at Miss Pac-Man licking her lips down there. She knows she's got the good, tasty stuff. I think there's more fruit in the borders here. I don't think there were so many fruits or so many ghosts drifting around in the border art in Volume 1 with Pac-Man. Although Volume 1 with Pac-Man did have him actually, like, approaching, like at the top left, he was approaching a power pellet, although they drew the power pellets blue, which was kind of funny. He was approaching this blue pellet, and then in the lower left, he was actually grabbing it like he was about to swallow it. Like here, it looks like maybe they were going to have Miss Pac-Man holding a power pellet in her left hand there, but she's just got an empty glove. I don't know. It's a little strange. Or is she just licking her lips and gesturing at the maze? I mean, I guess there's a power pellet there in the corner of the maze if we want to look at it a little literally. It's like there's a power pellet right there. I'm going to eat it. Man, she's even like sort of bending her knees a little bit in the sort of, you know, you sort of give a good fist pump and hunker down a bit when you're winking your eye in the lower right there. They got that whole pose going on, which is impressive for a little illustrated pack creature. That's a pretty good drawing. I made a little icon of that drawing, the one on the lower right. I made that my icon for this game to start the game. Just click on the little winking Miss Pac-Man. It's pretty good. I posted that on my Tumblr. That's smbhax.tumblr.com. Although I suppose now, if you're watching this any time later than I actually posted it, you'll never find. Well, you could search my Tumblr for like Miss Pac-Man icon, I guess. Probably come up. Probably got a couple of them by now. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so this version's fun. We'll be doing the rotated mode next time of it. And that'll be fun too, probably. I didn't play that well, but I got, what did I get? Like 50K? It's probably, for me, that's pretty decent. But yeah, I just died so many stupid times on the blue stages. It's just depressing. The blue stages haunt me. Oh, Miss Pac-Man, why must you be so cruel? Luring me with those tasty pretzel fruits. Okay, I'm going now. I don't have any pretzels, but I'll eat some oatmeal or something and pretend it's a pretzel. Mind over matter. See you later. Bye.